Hello everyone, welcome back to Healing from Toxic. If this is your first time here, my name is Anna, and on this channel I typically talk about love, relationships, and narcissistic abuse. On tonight's video, I'm going to share 6 books that really helped me in my healing journey after a relationship with a narcissist. When you leave these relationships, you end up feeling so lost, so drained, so empty, so sad, so low, so devastated that you really need all the help you can get. I actually wanted to admit myself into some sort of healing camp. That's how bad I felt. That's how torn I felt. That I wanted to join some sort of program, some sort of retreat for narcissistic abuse survivors, and I couldn't find it. So I went on Amazon and I looked for books. I needed books that were going to help me get out of the rut that I was in. And I know a lot of people read books digitally. Not me. I like actual physical books. So I got me some, and I'm going to share them with you, and I'm going to tell you why these books were so helpful. Are you ready? So the first book I already shared in one of my previous videos was this Day by Day devotional by Joyce Meyer. This book was really good because it gave me the spiritual food that I needed on a daily basis. So whenever I woke up, right after the discard, every single day, I woke up feeling broken. I woke up feeling just empty inside, really sad, and I needed a book to lift me up. That's what that book did for me. It inspired me. It motivated me to keep going. It gave me hope for a new tomorrow. And at the same time, it let me know that God was walking with me every single day. So that's why that book was so critical in my journey. The second book is one of my favorite books. I've shared it on Instagram before, and it's 30 Covert Emotional Manipulation Tactics by Adelyn Birch. And the book is right here. This is what it looks like. It's a very detailed book. It gives you 30 signs. And this book was so validating. This book was so validating to me because it described everything in detail as I experienced it in my relationship. This book was actually the book that opened the door to narcissism because I did not know anything about narcissists until I read this book. And this is the book that lit up the little bulb in my head where I understood that I was dealing with a narc. Okay, so I highly recommend this book. This is an amazing book. The third book is Dear Sonali, Letters to the Daughter I Never Had by Judge Lynn Toler. I love Judge Lynn Toler. I loved her show. And the reason why this book, let me show you what it looks like. The reason why this book was so critical to me is because I lost my mother when I was 15. So there was a lot of guidance, there was a lot of support, there was a lot of advice that I could not get from my mother because she deceased at such a young age. So that book was that motherly voice that I needed in such a critical moment in my life. Even though I didn't have my mother, of course, a book could never compare to your mother, but this book gave me that motherly advice that I needed at that moment, and it was very helpful. The fourth book was The Man God Has for You by Stephan Labossiere. I know I didn't say his last name correctly. I cannot say it. But he is a relationship coach. I love him. Hey, boo. Let me stop. He probably has a lady. I love that book. The reason why that book was so important, this is the fourth book. The reason why that book was so important to me is because it reminded me of the type of man that God wants for me. It reminded me of what type of man is in store for me. It gave me hope that God has a man for me. And this is what it looks like. So this book was critical because it gave me hope and it reminded me of what God has in store for me. So I love that book for that reason. The fourth book is In Sheep's Clothing by George Simon. And this is what it looks like. It revealed to me how narcissists think, why they turned out to be the way that they turned out. It goes into their childhood. It goes into detail as to what their thinking process is. So I really like that book for that reason. Last but not least, it's a book that gave me a lot of confidence. It's a book that let me know that I am a queen and I deserve everything that this life has in store for me. All of the good things that this life has in store for me, I deserve them. This book did that for me. It lifted me up, it gave me confidence, and it just reminded me of the things that I want and deserve in this life. Don't Forget Your Crown by Derrick Jaxn. Yes, honey, I may not agree with what he has done with his personal life, but you know, we all make mistakes and I am not going to judge him. This book was a good book and it helped me during my healing journey. So I am going to give him his credit. The books that I shared with you lifted me up. They gave me the self-esteem that I needed. They gave me the hope that I needed. They inspired me. They kept me going. Those books might not do that for you, but if you feel like you need additional help to get out of the emotional place that you're in, go find yourself books that can help you do that, okay? I hope this video was helpful. I love you guys. Take care. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.